And Danny and I are here with Mr. Don Page, and he is the teacher, the carpentry teacher at Phelps High School at Phelps, Kentucky, in Pike County. And so we're glad to have you with us today to talk about the tiny house project and how successful you've been at completing. How many have you completed now? Five?
Five. This is the sixth one. We sold last year's for $39,500. It went to Richmond, Virginia, and we've kind of duplicated the floor plan a little, but we've modified it some. We've got this one just about in the dry. We got our windows in yesterday. While we were waiting on our siding to go on outside, we started doing the wiring and the plumbing, which is what I usually do during Thanksgiving and Christmas break. But we've actually got a little bit ahead this year. We've jumped in here and got it dried in. And as soon as we get our siding, which should be here the end of the week, we're going to try to complete the exterior before we get all those nails in that siding and stuff before we do the wiring and the plumbing. It's a lot safer that way. We've got several, all the students have helped on one before.
Oh, that's
a lot of these seniors I've got this year were freshmen and took it, as a freshman. But I've got Tate Ward here with me. This is his second year of taking it, isn't that right? Third year, and he'll probably have it next year too.
Does he think he might want to go into the construction business when he graduates?
Well, he's already in the construction business. He's already building garages and storage buildings. He builds furniture, farmhouse furniture.
So has participating in this tiny house build, has that helped you enhance your skills?
Yeah, it's taught me a lot, basics to the tricky stuff. Don, he's a pretty good teacher.
Yes, he is.
I paid him to come in here and say that.
Yeah. Not very often you get an opportunity to go to the vocational school and roll a trailer in August and build a complete home by the spring, is it? And expose those students to every facet of that build. I'm sure that young man, after seeing 2 or 3 of these built, knows every inch of it and how everything's done.
He sure does. And I can actually send him out there to do stuff and not even have to watch. He's pretty good at it.
That might be why your progress is good so far. You got some experienced carpenters there, don't you?
I do. There's even a couple of my seniors have helped their dads do some more. I've got some students this year that their fathers are actually carpenters. So they've got quite a bit of experience too.
Well, that's what's so good, I think, too. And with you is that you help those kids develop the passion that they already have about building. And so enhancing their skills, they'll be able to leave your classroom at the end of their senior year and go right out and get a full-time job or make their wives happy by being able to do things around the house. So
exactly.
Kudos to them.
I think Mr. Ward here will probably be in the construction business time he gets out of school. He's supposed to build our vice principal a garage here.
Well, that's wonderful because we certainly need more young people who know how to do things and build things and to fix things and do electricity and the whole 9 yards. Because when you go out and try to hire somebody to do work and building you something, it's difficult to find people. And
yes,
especially difficult to find them in a timely manner.
And I try to preach to these kids every year that you can make a good living at this, a very good living at it, if you're willing to work and take pride in what you do.
And if that's what you enjoy doing, then
exactly.
You have to, if you enjoy the work you're doing, you never work a day in your life. So
that's right.
I'd like to add a couple of things there. We've sold these things nationwide from east to west, and when you talk to people about these projects, they're amazed that we're doing this here in Eastern Kentucky. And, Desi is the one that came up with this whole idea of build it forward and tiny houses. And it's a great idea. It's the best project I've ever been involved with. But without people like Mr. Page, without you and your motivation for this project and your enthusiasm and relaying that to that young man sitting over there, this project wouldn't go. So I just want to thank you for your motivation, your enthusiasm, your participation, and you're on your 6th home and loving every minute of it. I guarantee it. It makes your job so easy, doesn't it?
Sure.
And kids are learning right and left when they can see that thing from the bottom to the top in one school year. Just a great opportunity for you and those kids right there. And we appreciate the way you handle that project in that county. And it's real good.
Well, it's, I'm not coming to work every day.
Right.
I'm coming to have fun.
I can imagine.
I think that's great. And I hope, I remember one of the young men who was in, I guess it was your first home build, and we interviewed him, and I remember him saying that when he had kids and when they went to that school, Phelps High School, that he hoped that they could have a project like that, a tiny home project to work.
Yeah.
And so I obviously would love that too, to be able to see that carry on. And that's the great thing about this project, is that when we sell those homes, then that money comes back to your program to help you build the home
Yes.
next year. And so we've seen that grow each year. And so who knows in a few years what we'll be able to see happen, and the funds that will come back to your program to be able to carry on this work, and the technologies and the advancements that these kids will be able to experience. And it's a joy for me to see those students engaged and really loving the work that they do, because I'll bet that even in the heat of summer when they're working, or in the cold of winter like it is today, they're out there working and really enjoying that, and being a construction crew. And they couldn't do that if they didn't have you leading the way. So everything rises and falls on leadership, and you're a great leader for this program.